Dear students, welcome to the course Groundwater and Hydraulics, Module 2, Fundamentals of Groundwater Flow, Session number 7. I am Raja Anwar Hussain, Assistant Professor, Government Engineering College, Raichur. So in this session, we will be covering a storage coefficient and specific storage, and will work some of the problems. So storage coefficient and specific storage. So water recharged to or discharged from an aquifer represents a change in the storage volume within the aquifer. For unconfined aquifers, this is simply expressed by the product of the volume of aquifer lying between the water table at the beginning and at the end of a period of time, and the average specific yield of the formation. Whereas in confined aquifers, if the aquifer remains saturated, changes in pressure produce only small changes in storage volume. So a storage coefficient or storativity is defined as the volume of water that an aquifer releases from or takes it into storage per unit surface area of aquifer per unit change in the component aquifer. So here the storage coefficient for confined aquifer ranges from 0.0005 to 0.005, and for water table aquifers 0.05 to 0.30. Under Artesian conditions, coefficient of storage is given as, that is, S is equal to gamma W B into alpha plus N into beta. So where S is coefficient of storage, so S is equal to gamma W into B alpha plus N beta. So where S is equal to coefficient of storage and gamma W is equal to unit weight of water and N is equal to porosity of aquifer and small b is equal to saturated thickness of aquifer in meter, and beta is equal to 1 divided by kW is the reciprocal of bulk modulus of elasticity of water So here kW 2.1 is the unit, or in terms of Newton per meter square, 2.1 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton per meter square is the reciprocal of bulk modulus of elasticity aquifer. So here in this problem, so it was observed in a field test that 3 hours 20 minutes was required for a tracer to travel from one well to another 20 meter apart, and the difference in their water surface elevations was 0.5 meter. Samples of the aquifer between the wells indicated a porosity of 15%. Determine the permeability of the aquifer, seepage velocity and the Reynolds number for the flow, assuming an average grain size of 1 mm and velocity of water at 27 degrees centigrade is equal to 0.008 Stokes. So as per the problem given data, so porosity is 15% and T is also given 3 hours 20 minutes. So here X is the distance, that is for a tracer to travel from one well to another. That is 20 meter So K we need to calculate V and Reynolds number. So here actual velocity of flow through the aquifer as indicated by the tracer that is VA is equal to X by T, which is equal to 20 by meter by T½ hour, which is coming around 6 meter per hour. So next is the seepage velocity. So as given by the Darcy's law, that is V is equal to Ki. I can be written as H by L. So K divided by 40. So here we know that VA is equal to V by N. So 6 is equal to K divided by 40 into 0.15. So as we know, V is equal to K divided by 40. So therefore K is equal to 36 meter per hour. So seepage velocity V is equal to K by 40, 864. So this one in meter per day, it will be 864 meter per day. So divided by 40, which is coming around 21.6 meter per day or 0.025 centimeter per second. So the Reynolds number, that is R is equal to Vs into dm divided by V, 0.025 divided by 100 into 1 divided by 1000, so which is coming around 0.3. So now let us take one more problem here. An artesian aquifer 20 meter thick has a porosity of 20% and bulk modulus of compression 10 to the power of 8 Newton per meter square. Estimate the storage coefficient of the aquifer. What fraction of this attributable to the expansibility of water? So as per the given data, unit weight of water 9810 Newton per meter cube. B is also given, that is 20 meter it is, and porosity is 20%. So this is also given Newton per meter square. So we need to calculate the storage coefficient. We know that storage coefficient formula S is equal to unit weight of water B into alpha into plus B. So 9810 into 20, 1 divided by 10 to the power of 8 plus 0.20 into 1 divided by 2.1 into 10 to the power of 9. So if we calculate, so it is coming around 1.98 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So we will take it as 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So one more thing, we need to calculate what fraction of this is attributable to the expansibility of water. So the fraction of storage attributable to the expansibility of water, that is SW is equal to so here 1.87 into 10 to the power of minus 5 divided by 1.98 into 10 to the power of minus 3 of S. So or it is 1% of S. So SW is 4.7 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into B. So we will work one more problem here. Field test for permeability consists in observing the time required for a tracer to travel between two observation wells. A tracer was found to take 10 hours to travel between two wells 50 meters apart when the difference in the water surface elevation in them was 0.5 meter. The mean particle size of the aquifer was 2 mm and the porosity of the medium is 0.3. If V is equal to 0.01 meter square per second, so estimate the coefficient of permeability and intrinsic permeability of the aquifer and Reynolds number of the flow. So as per the given data, so porosity is 0.3, V is also given 0.01 meter square per second. It is the tracer records the actual velocity of water VA is equal to x by t, which is equal to 50 into 100 divided by 10 into 60 into 60, 1.39 centimeter per second. So the discharge velocity V is equal to N into VA. So porosity it is given 0.3 into VA, just now we have calculated 1.139, so it will be 0.417 centimeter per second. So the hydraulic gradient I is equal to H by L, it is 0.50 divided by 50, 1 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Now the coefficient of permeability, that is K is equal to V by I, 4.17 into 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by I, 1 into 10 to the power of minus 2, 4.17 centimeter per second. So intrinsic permeability that is K naught is equal to KV divided by G, so it is 4.25 into 10 to the power of minus 5 centimeter per second to calculate. So the second is the Reynolds number, it is R is equal to so if we calculate, it is coming around 0.834. So I hope you have understood the problems in this session what we have solved.